Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another beer review with me Peter, the master of hoppers. Today looking at some more Danish craft beer by Dry and Bitter Brewing Company. So if you haven't heard of Dry and Bitter Brewing Company, you better check them out because they're doing great stuff over at Ølkollektivet in Copenhagen. So Ølkollektivet is where they brew. It's basically a collective of different breweries that brew there, which is really cool. They share, I think, the brewing system, and then they have their own capacity, pretty much, in some fermenters and whatnot. It seems like a nice place. I still haven't visited there, but I need to one time. But Dry and Bitter is one of the guys, or one of the breweries there, and Dry and Bitter is owned by the people behind Fermentoren, the great beer bar both in Copenhagen and in Aarhus. So definitely check out both Dry and Bitter and Fermentoren. So also a big thanks to Best of Beers for this one. They just got this in the door, so it's going to be uber fresh. And when I say uber fresh, you already read it in the title. Yeah, it's an IPA. And this one I'm really excited about because a friend really recommended me to try this, as he thinks it's one of the best Dry and Bitter beers so far. So this is the Dry and Bitter Brewing Dank and Juicy. That freaking label just looks so awesome and funky. I love it. Kind of like I don't know what that car is because I don't know too much about cars, but it looks like kind of like an old, maybe not 50s, 60s, something like American, what do you call it? Sports wagon? No, that's not a sports wagon, but it just looks great. And then it's got the Dry and Bitter license plate, and just great artwork on this one. Really great looking. So Dank and Juicy is an IPA they do that is kind of West Coast in style, but also quite juicy. So kind of a nice fruity West Coast IPA brewed with Citra, Equinox, and Mosaic hops. They want you to drink this as fresh as possible, which I'm doing. It just landed today locally, drinking it the same day. So 6.2% IPA sounds really, really awesome. So I got the Dry and Bitter Dank and Juicy poured. Oh wow, getting up to the light, it's much paler in color. It's like holding it away, it looks more like a deep orange, but when you hold it up to the light, it's a nice like golden orange color to it. Yeah, a little bit of chill haze, I guess, more so than yeast haze, even though there seems like there's a bit in there, but nice slight haze to it. Definitely looks like a West Coast IPA. Nice white head. Let's check out the aroma on the Dry and Bitter Brewing Dank and Juicy. I can kind of smell it already. Yeah, dank and juicy for sure. That smells really nice. Oh, it's got that kind of almost bag of weed-esque smell to it. And definitely that like bitter grapefruit, sweet citrus, orange tangerine West Coast thing, but definitely also tropical notes. So they're kind of in there too with more like pineapple, very sweet mango aromas. Hint of malt, but it's all about the hops. This like West Coast IPAs especially needs to be drunk really fresh, I think. For some reason it seems like some of the New Englands hold up better, but when West Coast IPAs often get age on them, especially like 4 to 5 months, like my last one, it just gets too much and oily and sweet. But this smells killer stuff. Really nice aroma, floral too, actually. So Equinox, I think I've had that hop once or twice, and as far as I remember, I think it was very mango-ish, and I think the dankness might be from the Mosaic. Citra can also give a bit of dankness, but it's not got that like catty dankness or anything. It's just a nice kind of weedy bag of weed kind of dankness to it. And I guess some of the tropical notes are different from the Citra, but it smells freaking killer. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Thanks to Best of Beers for the beer. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Wow. Oh, and then comes the bitterness there right in the back end. This is just like super fresh, awesomely done West Coast IPA for sure. The juice bombs are awesome, but West Coast IPA when it's this fresh, it's fucking awesome. And this even still got some juice stuff. This might be the best IPA I've had from Dry and Bitter so far. Great job, Søren and Co. This is awesome. Let's talk about flavors. Okay, up front you're getting some of those tropical fruits kind of, again, sweet mango, pineapple. But then it's kind of like, it starts creeping on you, and you're getting the dankness, that kind of weedy dankness, and then it's just like, hey, motherfucker, I'm from the West Coast, poof, and then it's just like bitter grapefruit and grapefruit pith, like in the back afterwards, like really pithy, dry grapefruit, like citrus peel, like really, as they say, a big hop backbone, like on the aftertaste there, with like very like nice, intense bitterness. It's damn good stuff. It's a really nice hybrid of old school, new school kind of flavors. Like up front, you get the juicy kind of tropically sweeter citrus fruit flavors, and on the back end, you get more of that like classic West Coast smack in the face, bitterness, dry, everything. And it's awesome, 6.2%. It gives it great drinkability, and because it's also quite fresh now, you're not getting that kind of oily, almost hop oily, syrupy, and also like malt sweet flavor. It just drinks so awesome. This was like the style, especially like this type of West Coast IPA that really got me on the craft beer and IPA wagon back in the day. Like, it is a combo of those kind of dank, grapefruity, intense flavors, but also like the juiciness. Like, oh man, especially West Coast IPAs, when they're this fresh, they're just so awesome. It's, yeah, great stuff. Takes me back to being in San Diego and drinking like Alpine and like Fresh Stone and Pizza Port and all that stuff. But yeah, this is great stuff. I think this is the best IPA I've had from Dry and Bitter Brewing so far. Now, it would be cool to see you guys do like, now that you've done like West Coast dead on, then try and do New England. That would be really cool. But no, this is a 95. This is fucking killer West Coast IPA. Even though these juice bombs are fucking amazing, getting a dead on fresh West Coast IPA like this is also freaking great. Really enjoying this one, guys, so definitely check out the Dry and Bitter Brewing Company Dank and Juicy. It's dank, awesome stuff. Wow, that was such a bad pun, but great stuff. Check it out, guys. If you can't get it locally, you can get it on bestofbeers.dk, so check them out, and let me know what you think of Dank and Juicy if you've had a chance to try it, and what's your favorite West Coast style IPA. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, and I'm going to say cheers, and see you guys in another beer review.